What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, and it's day 2 of Tulsa Tough. That's the Arts District Criterium, and this is the men's category 1-2 race. It's a 60-minute crit. So you can see from the map, it is an L shape with a slight uphill, followed by a slight downhill into the last corner before the sprint. A little hotter than yesterday, little harder than yesterday. This is on the second lap in, and I started pretty near the front. I got into the corral really early and started up near the front of the pack. This is about 130 starters in this race, so a real big field, and it was pretty important to be up near the front, or so I thought, because yesterday I started at the back and made my way up through the field the entire race, never touched the front. Here's a link to that video so you can go check it out if you like. And if you do like these videos, please like and subscribe. It does help out. So running down this hill into the final corner, and as long as people don't break in front of you, which they inevitably will, you can rip through that corner. You see we're going through it at 31 miles an hour or so, and hitting into the third lap of this 1-2 race. Now, there's a big crash that happens right here, happens ahead of me. It's in the very front of the field. There's 3 guys off the front, and right behind them, crash, bike flies through the air, actually hits my buddy Jack Webb. The bike flew through the air, hits my buddy Jack Webb, who had made it around it, and took him down. So luckily, he's just got road rash and a messed up bike. Nothing more than that. Could have been a lot worse, but heal up quick, Jack. So we make it around that crash. It's a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and just being in the proper spot. And we're still going. Heart rate is climbing. We're in the upper 180s and going up Sound Pony Hill again. Not quite sure what's going to happen with that crash, if they're going to be able to clear it in time for us to make it around, because that's a tight corner. The crash happened yesterday in the Blue Dome crit, and it happened in the same corner that crashes happen every year. Just like that, this race, crashes always happen in turn 1. I got caught up behind a crash last year in turn 1. It's a high-speed straightaway with hard braking into a right-hand corner at the end, and people overcook it. You see, we're getting neutralized right here. We're getting held up. The car is actually going to stop us at the start-finish line. And again, I'm pretty far forward in the pack, but we get neutralized at the start and finish line, and ended up waiting here for about 6 or 7 minutes while they clear the course and make sure everything is looking good. Here's a shot from the stream of the crash and how gnarly it is. Slide into the corner, and then that bike flew and took my buddy Jack down right there. And you can see the orange on my shoulders, center of the screen right there, coming around. So here we are getting ready to restart, and heart rate came down a lot. Legs did not want to start again after that. Did not feel good. Had gotten a hand up of a water bottle while I was sitting there to try and stay hydrated, but after such a hard start and then immediately stopping, it felt pretty terrible, jumping straight back into hard racing. Something I'm going to have to figure out if I'm going to be racing at this level and higher, because it's something that happens. And we're halfway through the lap. Heart rate is already climbing. We started at 130. We're in the 170s right now and still climbing up. And pretty much for the rest of the race, as we crested this hill, I was hitting between 180 and 190, and then just trying to get the heart rate to come down on the downhill. The issue is if you're coasting, if you're not moving ahead, you are getting swarmed on this downhill. And then that just has a cascading effect leading into this corner where you're at the mercy of the people who have come up on the inside speed-wise. And this had me a little nervous running back into the corner. I wanted to see how everybody took it after that crash happened. Luckily, it goes decently smoothly. Unfortunately, because like I said, my legs didn't want to come back on, I'm just slowly getting shuffled further and further back during this race. People coming around, and whereas on the restart I was probably in the top 15, 20 wheels, definitely not there now, and definitely getting pushed back further each lap. We're going to go ahead and jump into 3 laps to go. And by this point, I'm pretty close to the very back. At one point in the race, I was at the very back, maybe 2 laps before this. And I knew I needed to make up a couple positions because I was going to get tailed off. There was going to be a gap to open up that I just wouldn't be able to close if I stayed back here for any longer. So I start to make a couple moves forward, especially once we get onto Sound Pony Hill, just to get a couple more riders behind me and have to deal with a little bit less of the accordion effect through the corners. I'm just trying to let this gap flow, especially since there's so few people behind me. Let this gap open up just so I can run into it through this corner and not have to brake nearly as much. Keep the momentum up. And it closes right up with pretty much no pedaling. Unfortunately, my boys Nico Martinelli, Marwan Soliman, they're back here with me. We're not doing great, boys. Need to lock in, as Nico said. 2 laps to go, running through the last corner, and in the race, I was telling myself, okay, you only got to take that corner one more time. You're almost there. Because there was actually a good portion of this race where I was feeling a little mentally discouraged and thought about dropping out, but couldn't do it. Gotta at least finish. And we came up all this way. We came up all this way. I'm not going to drop out of the race if I can do anything to help it. second to last time up Sound Pony Hill and just trying to maintain contact with the field. Honestly, should have started moving up on this last lap or second to last lap, or even the one before, to try and gain some good position before the final one. That is a long field, and there's already a lot of people out of the race, but 130 starters, it's going to be a lot of folks. All right, rolling into the last lap and getting ready to hit that last corner hit that first corner one final time. People getting dropped right there, and this is where I start moving up. This guy's getting gapped off, kind of sitting up. I decide I've got to go around. You know, positioning doesn't really matter when you're at the back of the field, but being able to finish in the pack is something that I value. So coming around anybody that's getting popped off is necessary. I make up a lot of positions on this uphill, and like I said, it's something that I should have probably been doing 2 laps ago. Guy sitting up mid-corner, a little egregious. It's like the worst place to sit up. If you're going to do that, you need to be on the outside, or you need to just hit the brakes and not go into that corner when everyone is trying to hit the apex. Last time down the hill, Marwan's going out to the right, guy in the United kit. That is the wrong line, Marwan. You got to take this inside line, because it's all going to get pushed out and bunched up on that side. Take that and go for the sprint, just to get whatever possessions I could. Fortunately, we're moving the wrong way. I got 23rd the first day, 44th today, but Crybaby Hill is coming up, and that hopefully will be the best race of the weekend. Thanks for checking out the race. We will see you guys next time.